Hello everyone, my name is Sanjana Karkera and in this module we're going to learn nutrition in animals with the presentation made by Amulya Kolipara. We're going to learn four things in this module. First, esophagus and stomach. 2. Small intestine and large intestine. 3. Digestion in grass-eating animals. 4. Feeding and digestion in Amoeba. So we'll start with the topic esophagus and stomach. So the esophagus. The esophagus is basically the food pipe. A swallowed food passes down through the esophagus to the stomach. The food is pushed down by the movement of its walls. Actually, the movement takes place throughout the alimentary canal and pushes the food downwards. The esophagus runs along from the neck and chest. Next, we have the stomach. The stomach is a thick-walled bag shaped like a flattened J. It is the widest part of the alimentary canal. It receives food from the food pipe at one end and opens into the small intestine at the other. The inner lining of the stomach secretes mucus, hydrochloric acid, and digestive juices. The stomach secretions include the mucus that protects the lining of the stomach, the acid that kills the bacteria that enters along with food and makes the medium in the stomach acidic to help the digestive juices act, the digestive juices that break down the proteins into simpler substances. Fun fact: did you know that the working of the stomach was discovered accidentally? When a man named Alexis St. Martin was badly hit by a shotgun, it created a hole in his stomach. William Beaumont, an American army doctor, saved him but couldn't close the hole and left it bandaged. During this time, he took the opportunity to observe the stomach. He noticed that the stomach was churning the food inside and also secreting a fluid to digest it. He also made note of the fact that the stomach opens into the intestine only when the digestion is complete. Part 2. The small and the large intestine. The small intestine is a highly coiled structure and is about 7.5 meters long. It receives secretions from the liver and pancreas. Its walls also secrete juices. Absorption happens when the digested food passes into the blood vessels in the wall of the intestine. The inner wall of the small intestine have 1,000 finger-like outgrowths called villi. The villi increases the surface area for absorption of the digested food. Each vilus has a network of small and thin blood vessels close to its surface. The surface of the villi absorbs the digested food materials. The absorbed substances are transported to different organs of the body via the blood vessels, where they are used to build complex substances such as proteins that are required by the body. The process of absorption and digestion of nutrients by the body is called assimilation. In the cells, glucose breaks down with the help of oxygen into carbon dioxide and water, by which energy is released. The undigested and unabsorbed food enters the large intestine. The large intestine. The large intestine is wider and shorter than small intestine. It is about 1.5 meters in length. Its function is to absorb water and some salts from the undigested food material. The remaining waste passes into the rectum and remains there as semi-solid feces. The fecal matter is removed through the anus from time to time, which is called egestion. Diarrhea. It is a condition very common in India, particularly in children, where the stool is passed frequently and is watery. We usually refer to it as loose motion. It may be caused by infection, food poisoning, or indigestion. It causes excessive loss of water and salts from the body, which could be fatal and should never be neglected. Even before a doctor is consulted, the patient should be given plenty of boiled and cooled water with a pinch of salt and sugar dissolved in it. This is called oral rehydration solution, ORS. Part 3. Digestion in grass-eating animals. Grass-eating animals like cow, buffaloes keep chewing continuously even when they aren't eating. They quickly swallow the grass and store it in a part of the stomach called rumen. Hence, the food gets partially digested and is called cud. As you can see in the diagram, rumination is a process of chewing the cud stored in the rumen in small lumps. Such animals are called ruminants. So first they eat the grass that's saved in their stomach as cud and they re-chew it for it to properly digest. Part 4. Feeding and digestion in amoeba. Amoeba is a microscopic single-celled organism found on pond water. It has a cell membrane, a rounded, dense nucleus, and many small bubble-like vacuoles in its cytoplasm. It constantly changes its shape and position. It pushes out one or more finger-like projections called pseudopodia, or false feet for movement and capture of food. Amoeba feeds on microscopic organisms. When it senses food, it pushes out pseudopodia around the food particle and engulfs it, and the food is trapped in a food vacuole. The digestive juices are then secreted into the food vacuole and act on it to break it down into simpler substances. Gradually, the digested food is absorbed. The absorbed substances are used for growth, maintenance, and multiplication. The undigested residue of food is expelled outside by the vacuole. That's all for this module. Thank you for watching.